Good evening, everyone. It's Yankee Wally here. It's 8 o'clock exactly, Monday the 24th of February. Now, I've come to the conclusion that Meghan, she's got she's got three now, because she's got As Ever, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and Meghan, Harry, Archie, Lily. They're all hers, but she's going to use her Meghan Markle official for the clean stuff, Meghan, Harry, Archie, Lily for the fun stuff, and As Ever for the business stuff. I think that's the plan. But you've got to think of these three accounts as substitute mics. She can't get her hands on a microphone where she is in Montecito. So when she's got this urge or some bright, bloody, drug-addled brain fart ideas, she's got nowhere to put it. She can't say it because she didn't have any social media. Now she has. She can't leave it alone. And it will be her undoing. You mark my words. It will be her undoing. Now, if you are on Instagram, there's a great account called _Tig. She's got Meghan nailed. And all the things that she does. Copying. You see, she's always copying. And then there's...
Tengo que preguntarte, Ángeles, ¿qué es un psicópata narcisista?
I don't know what that is, but... Psycho Killer from Talking Heads. Oh, bloody hell. That's account well worth following. But anyway, let's get back onto this one now. What has she done? Well, I think everybody's covered the... I'm going to turn that off. Everybody's covered this board, this mood board, whatever they call it. Lots of things. It's like a CV for Meghan. It's telling everybody what she is, and of course she's perfect in her eyes. She's never going to show you anything bad about herself. She's never going to admit any failures. She just closes the book, opens another one, and starts again. I was looking back in my library. Oh God, I've got some stuff. I've got about 1,000 screenshots of bots, and I'm going to do a video on that and how many bots have given up the ghost. I think all these bots came from Ian Sexton, I.Sexton. That's his X account. I do believe he's a bot farmer, and he's given the game away on lots of things. He admits to having spoken to Meghan. Well, we're not talking about somebody that's got maybe 10 accounts and they can make another 5 a day. No, we're talking thousands. And I think he rents them out. I think what he's got to do then is change the profile on them. I'm hoping that Elon Musk will find all the bots and that Ian Sexton will go down the drain. That, I don't know. But the bots seem to have petered off. There's quite a few diehards there, real people. What's her name now? Joe Diva Runner. That's her handle on X. JODIVA and Runner. So she's a diva and she's a runner. Sounds like another narc to me. But she was the one that went to Nigeria and went to the Invictus Games in Whistler and was sat behind Harry. I think that she is running the Invictus Games X account, because nobody in Invictus, proper Invictus, the veterans, nobody is running that account. Because if they were, why would they ban me? Because I was shocked they banned me. And then when I put a tweet up about it, it was like, join the club. Hundreds of people like myself who think like me have all been banned from the Invictus Games Twitter account. I remember when I was blocked from Kensington Royal. Really, I was. Kate and William's account. Of course, Kate and William, in the beginning, they didn't know any different, did they? They're quite naive, really, because they don't mix on the street level, although they try to, I know, but they don't know what it's like and how people can be... It's priceless to be brought up on the street, or at least knowing people on the street and knowing knowing about things that are below their level because, well, it's a survival, isn't it? You know, you'll think twice before you turn your back on anybody. I know you will. And yet the royal family have been protected, and it's nice in a way, it's nice. Now, Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddhist, he's the one who started Buddhism. He was brought up in a palace, and his father protected him from old age. He never saw anyone old or sick, and he never saw death. And he said to his father one day, he said, I want to go out. He said, I want to go out and into the world and see other things. And his father said, no, you can't. You were royal, I think he was, and you're protected. So he starved himself until you could see through his body. Now, this is the story as it is in the Buddhist, I don't know, their Bible. I can't think of the word now. And he starved himself until he was practically transparent. So his dad realised then that he had to let him go, and out he went. Out he went into the world. I can't remember the rest of the story now because I've just thought of that off the top of my head. But he used to say, do not worship me, I am only a human being. And anyway, when he died, all that they kept of him or had of him was one of his teeth, a tooth. And every year, and I think he died under a Bodhi tree, Bodhi, I think that's how you spell it. So every year, the Buddhists, that's the certain Mahayana Buddhists, I believe, walk around the Bodhi tree with this tooth on a pillow. And I often think that's the last thing that Siddhartha wanted, the very last thing. He didn't want to be worshipped, but people do worship people, don't they? Stupid. It is stupid to fangirl over somebody. Mind, I think Siddhartha Gautama was a nice bloke. I do. I don't know why I went into that. But anyway, a few things I can see here that are totally wrong. Farm fresh eggs. What happened to the chicken coop? They can't get fresher than a trip down the garden from your own chickens, can you? What's happened to the chickens? That's one thing. Obviously, this is her jam lid. I'll tell you something else too. As ever, raspberry spread. It's only 213 grams. That's not even half a pound. That is, 200 grams is, you can work that out. 100 grams is 3.5 ounces. So it's 7 ounces, thereabouts. 7 ounces of jam. So when the price comes out, if it ever does, I don't think it will. I don't think she's gonna. You know what it is about Meghan? She gets all excited about telling people what she's going to do, and then it falls flat. I can remember once, my sister, I got engaged to this boy, Shouty Nick it was, from Birmingham, bloody hell. He bought my ring from Argos, it wasn't even diamonds, he wasn't sure of me, and I just wanted a ring. But I can remember ringing my sister, telephoning my sister, this was before mobiles, and I said, Sally, I said, I got engaged. Now, I used to get engaged, like all the time. I think I had 5 engagements altogether. But mind, I did sell all the rings one by one when I was, going through bad times. So it did come in handy. But I said to her, Sally, I said, I got engaged. She said, oh, for Christ's sake, Sage, she said, I'm in bed asleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I said, I know, but I got to tell you because we might be finished by tomorrow. I can remember. And as tired as she was, she started laughing. She said, yeah, and put the phone down on me. But anyway, I don't know why I said that either. So, what did I say that for? Oh, the raspberry jam. I was talking about the weight, wasn't I? Now, it says here, as ever, raspberry spread. Now, a spread is not a jam. Jam is fruit and sugar. That's it. Fruit and sugar. A 50-50. I don't know, it could be maybe a bit more jam, bit less sugar, I don't know. But spread, that covers a multitude of different things, a spread. It could be, in fact, it could be she's put spread on it so that the recipe can change. It can change with less sugar, more sugar, less fruit, more fruit, different fruit. You know, I mean, for instance, a conserve is a mixture of fruit. She could have called it conserve and then she could have got away with all sorts of things. Gooseberries, apricots, I don't know, anything. But I'm very wary of why, because if I see a jar of spread, a fruit spread, I don't think I've ever seen one, to be honest, in the jam aisle. But if I did, I would definitely avoid that and go for the jam. I would expect the spread to be cheaper. That's what I'm trying to say, cheaper. So she's done her little lids and she's put her little stamp on it with her shield. And of course, every single thing on this board is flattering to Meghan. To Meghan. There she is again in that posh frock. I think that's the one she wore to the Jamaican Bob Marley screening, was it? I don't know. But anyway, carrots two ways. I checked that out. It's nothing more than, every recipe I've seen is telling you two ways to cook carrots. You can roast them, you can boil them, you can steam them. One of my favourites with carrots, I don't know if you have it in America and Australia, but mashed up swede and carrot mashed together with some butter, salt and pepper. Bloody hell, that's gorgeous. Bloody lovely. Swede and carrot. Now, in America, you would call them turnips. So it'd be carrots and turnips. But, of course, your turnips are white. Now, our swede is kind of, when it cooks, it's yellow, bordering on orange, but not as orange as carrots. But carrot and swede mashed is absolutely delicious. Now, it can be a bit watery, so make sure you drain all the water off and mash it when it's really hot and steaming. Or, if you find it's a bit too watery, nothing wrong with adding a potato to the mash. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I do like carrot and swede mashed. It's delicious. But carrots two ways is nothing more than two separate recipes for carrots. And I don't mean carrot cake. It's a savoury carrot. And sweet treats, well, that's whatever she decides. And all these little fridge magnet platitudes of, I hate them. That is a hard word to use, a harsh word, but I do hate them. Because anybody who hasn't got the mindset or the inspiration inside them to just sit down and talk some common sense to themselves. I talk to me, you know, why not have a fridge magnet? If I was going to make one, I'd say, pull yourself together, just bounce back. You know, it's something practical. And another thing, what's the other one? I can't make everybody happy. You're not a jar of Nutella. Give me strength. Do you know how many people, and I don't know how they managed, mind, 100 years ago, I'm probably all dead, but nut allergies. It does exist, doesn't it? Nut allergies. I don't know how they managed years ago with the nut allergies. Same as transgender. I mean, these things didn't exist 100 years ago. There was no lactose intolerant. I can't eat gluten and things like that. It was either eat or starve. I mean, we didn't have any choice. That's why now, even this day, I eat anything that's put on a plate in front of me. There's nothing I don't eat. Some things I'm not fussy on, but I'll eat it. It's not going to harm me, is it? But I could be gluten intolerant. I could have reason I could be fat. Could be some terrible allergy I've got. I don't know. I don't think so, though. So, you know, a jar of Nutella is a bit stupid. I remember seeing these. In fact, she's used the same on her TIG. It was light print and dark print, and she did this one, and it started off. I wonder if any of you remember it. I no longer have time for people who insult me or. Do you remember that one? It was quite a long one, and it was those light print and dark print. And it was very, very hoity-toity. it was talking down. It was like, I don't have time for people that don't agree with me, that put me down. I don't have time. I no longer. And I thought, God, get you. But obviously she's thought better of putting it up this time. And that's about all I can see in it myself. That old handkerchief. I wonder what that means to her. If it meant anything to her, she wouldn't have stuck a drawing pin through the fabric. She'd have put it through that little bit of hemming on the edge. Can you see there is, with some holes in? Catch the holes in that four corners down the bottom. That's what thoughtful people do, because if she left it up there, that bloody drawing pin will go rusty, and the next thing you know, you've ruined the fabric. And if it's an antique piece of handkerchief, well, thoughtless, isn't it? Oh, I remember that one too. Look at her, looking down at... She thinks she got lovely legs, doesn't she? I got news for her. She got Wednesday legs, didn't she? Tag days. Oh, anyway, that's the end of that one. So when she's done that one, she thinks then she's given you her CV and that she's everything. She's a good cook. I don't think she's got those chickens anymore. I hope they're all right. Well, I doubt they are, innit? So today, she couldn't resist herself again. She had to do it again. I think it's this one. No, it's not that one. She's done that one. Hang on, she got another one here somewhere. Is it this one? Oh, that's the Netflix trailer, which brings me on to another subject, actually. I follow Mike Zero on YouTube and South Park. Now, I didn't know much about South Park. In fact, we can't get it in this country, but I've since checked, and there are quite a few ways of seeing it. Like, there's a place called the southparkstudio.com or southparkstudio.co.uk. You can watch them on their website for free, and a few other places as well. But anyway, the last time they did anything was that worldwide privacy tour. Now, believe it or not, last year, 2024, they didn't do anything, South Park. They didn't put anything out, not ordinary stuff, not their specials. This was a special, the privacy tour. They didn't, because they don't like to get involved when there's a general election, which there was, wasn't there? They don't want to, which I think is a remarkably clever idea. Remarkably clever. Let me just see if I can show you their faces. Here they are. Trey Parker is that one. That's him. And Matt Stone. Those are the two boys that write it. Well, so this year they haven't put anything out by South Park. Last year, their last special was something to do with obesity. And then they said, you shouldn't expect anything from us. Wait there a sec. You shouldn't expect anything from us for at least a year and 3 months. Well, yes, it's true. In August this year, they are bringing out another special, and it's all to do with DEI, which you know which that is, don't you? And it's actually going to feature, or star, should I say, Meghan Markle, Rachel Ziegler, and Kathleen Kennedy. And I think Meghan Markle is going to get the key billing, and I think they have a bit of Mindy Kaling in it as well. But they're actually waiting, and this is so funny. On the 4th of March, Meghan's programme, series, With Love Meghan, is coming out on Netflix. Now, I'm going to cancel Netflix because I had an email from them today. I only started Netflix about 6 months ago, but I hardly ever, because I can get most things everywhere else, like YouTube. I'm always on YouTube. there's loads of other places where you can get entertainment, you know. So I'm going to cancel it, but I thought, no, I'll wait till the 4th of March and then I'll cancel it because I want to see this and I want to see if I can download it and get little snippets of it for you. But I'm not going to watch the 6 episodes. But Trey Parker and Matt Stone are going to watch all 6 episodes and they're going to make it all into a parody. Meghan's tried to start legal action against them. And as Mike Zero said, well, good luck with that, because apparently Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger, who's the CEO of Disney, both tried to take legal action. Don't stand a chance when it's parody. Parody is a known way of winding people up, is having a joke at someone's expense, and tough luck, freedom of speech. You're in America, great. I mean, lucky you, because we can't have freedom of speech now. We used to have some wicked programmes on BBC. You know, what about Little Britain? I'm the only gay in the village, you know. And things like that. We don't have any of that anymore. It's like we're Russia now. Honestly, you can feel sorry for us. Now, I just want to, let me just pause a minute to give my nose a blow. Now, if you remember, I said to you on the last video that Universal has banned and blacklisted, Sony has blacklisted her and banned, Warner Brothers, I'm not sure, but I don't think she's in favour with them. Now, Paramount she's safe with because she's besties with Tracy Robbins, whose husband is the CEO. Well, what do you know? Paramount is the owner or the producer or whatever they call it of South Park. So I wonder if this is going to blow her and Tracy's friendship out of the water, because you know Meghan, she's going to ring Tracy up and say, can you stop this going out, thinking that she's got the power of the Almighty, and Tracy's not going to be able to. It's nothing to do with her. It may break their friendship, because all their friendship, all Meghan's friendships are built on, I'll be friends with you if I can use you, isn't it? You know what I mean? Hold on one sec. Oh, and something else she did in today's upload on her Meghan account. I think she's getting confused now between which one is the Behave one and which one is the family one. She's uploaded and she's wearing, oh, I hate this, an identical Northwestern University sweatshirt, famous, worn by her late mother-in-law in 1996. Sporting the purple university jumper. Isn't that disgusting? Isn't it? Oh, now here's proof of her, look at her square bump there. Look at the shape. She's got a dowager's hump on her. If you Google dowager's hump, you'll see. And look at her hand going right through it. Look, there's no denying that, is there? That's not Photoshop. Right, what do I want to say now? I want to say thank you to these people. I think I've thanked Darla and Susan before, but Susan sent me money. Susan F, Darla P, Evelyn E, and I notice, Evelyn, your hair's changed colour. I liked it before, but it's still all right. It's still nice. You're such a pretty lady. You can get away with anything. Michelle P, Paula O. Yes, I know Paula. I'll be in touch later to thank you personally. Thanks, Paula. And Jane V. And this is from... first off, I'd like to say thank you to all those people who've sent me money. I'm not going to say how much, but it did allow me to order a load of stuff for Trippy from Zooplus. All his favourite dried chicken and things like that. He hasn't had it since before Christmas, I think. Anyway, he had so much he's been sick. And again, about 6 times so far. So it's all right. I got wet wipes and I clean it up with that. Luckily, the dried chicken, is like white in colour. So it wasn't really a mess to clean up. He doesn't eat wet food at all. He's a dry food cat. Now listen to this from Evelyn. And this is true, I think. The word of God says that Satan is the master of lies, killing and destroying. Therefore, he goes after the family unit any way that he can, lying about gender, killing marriages and destroying lives. Gee, do you know, the question that we keep asking, or I keep asking, and I'm sure you do too, is why are they doing this DEI? Oh, I mean, thank God Trump is big enough for his decision to affect the world. And this is a decision that I wholeheartedly agree with him on. It was absolutely getting ridiculous. And luckily now it's going to peter out. I think 2025 is going to be a bit of a fun year because we got South Park absolutely ripping DEI apart, and Meghan Markle and Rachel Ziegler and Kathleen Kennedy, and that's going to be something. They'll be coming back after an 18 or 15-month break with that, and so that's going to be watched by everybody. I mean, when Donald Trump called Meghan terrible, it may only have been one word, but that went round the world. If Donald Trump thinks she's terrible, and I think this South Park is going to go round the world as well, and I'm pleased. And it's great having you back on YouTube. Stay warm. Thank you, Evelyn, my darling. Thank you so much. So that's what we got so far, and I think that Meghan is having a meltdown now. And I think we'll start seeing it on her Instagram, because I think that she will. Oh, I don't know what that is. What's that? Is that recent? Yeah. When Meghan had to admit she lied in court. Earlier this week, the Duchess was forced to apologise over one such email, claiming she had forgotten she had sent emails. Oh, she doesn't like apologising. And if she does apologise, she doesn't mean to. Oh, that's not dead, is it? No, he's asleep. Oh, look at the state of her. Genuine question. Does Ozempic make your nose grow, or is it all the lies? If you see Meghan, when she smiles face on, when she's straight smiling at you, her nose, even though she's had a nose job, we all know that, maybe 2 or 3 nose jobs, her nose still spreads like her mother. It doesn't spread like, you know, when you smile out, your nose kind of flares out a bit. Hers goes whoosh, and it takes on the look of her Afro-American, African nose. That's right. I don't want to offend anybody. Oh, Thomas Markle Jr., what's he got to say? Narcissists are not sick, they are evil, they are selfish, they are liars. They manipulate you to serve their interests. They do not deserve a second chance. They will never change. Sound harsh? Good. Because the way they will destroy your life is even harsher. Get out. That's from Reveal in the Narc, actually. I'm glad for one thing. I never knew I've met some pretty bad people in my time, but I never knew what a narcissist was, by definition, until I knew about Meghan Markle. I wasn't sure what was wrong with her. I do believe that she is not right in the head now. Nobody can make as many mistakes as she makes and still not get it. I got some stuff here. Now, if you look at her in this garden picture, oh, this is an interesting picture. This is February the 16th. Right, Lily was born 3 months later, so she's 6 months pregnant there. But does she have a moustache on? Is she wearing a moustache? And notice how the hoodie is right up the back of her neck. Could this be not Meghan? Because I think I see a moustache in the right place, you know, above her top lip. Looks weird to me. There's all the moon bumps. Now, I'm not saying it's a pillow, but it's a pillow. There we are. That's a good news. This woman here, Joy Reid, you are fired. We will miss you, Joy Reid's wig. She's gone from The View. So, little by little, we're coming back to normal. Proper, just normal stuff, you know. Right and wrong, black and white, male and female, and so on and so forth. You know, that's all we want, is just a normal. Message to the Windsors. This is from Archwell Inkling. Do not negotiate with terrorists and blackmailers. That's to the Windsors. Yeah, and that's their wedding certificate. Oh, God, look at this. Rachel Meghan Markle, divorced, actor. And her father was a lightened. I think her father got a lot to answer for. I don't want to be funny, but hey, look at this now. Look at the size of her bump. Look at the size of it now. Archie's calf is actually hitting it there on the right-hand picture or the left. Now, she's supposed to be... Oh, God knows, I can't remember now. I can't remember. About, that's April the 21st. There we are, I label it. April. When was Lily born? June? May, June. She's still got 2 months to go. And how can she possibly carry that weighty little boy on her bump like that? Oh, God, no. Unless it's a moon bump, in which case it'd be like him being on one of those, what do they call them when you hold on to their ears? Bouncy things. They were bright orange, weren't they? He used to hang on to his 2 little horns and off. Space hopper. Anyway, that's it for now. I might be back later on. I don't know. But, oh, there's another thing. If you've got any time and you're interested, have a look at the Chagos deal. Chagos deal. A set of islands in the Indian Ocean, owned by Britain and used by the United States. Because, let's be honest, UK and the United States, we did have a special relationship, and I'm really hoping and praying that it'll come back again when Starmer goes. But, you know, Starmer's going over to see President Trump. And I'm looking forward to seeing how what President Trump does to him, you know, because President Trump, he's very good at doing subtle little things, isn't he? Because Starmer's going over there to ask him to send American men over to Kyiv, to Ukraine, to do a peacekeeping force. That's the plan. I can't see Trump doing that. Trump doesn't want war. Neither do we. But Starmer, if Starmer is going to send our men over to Ukraine to be a peacekeeping force, this is the plan. Sort of divvy up the land and then have peacekeeping force. A bit like, if you, for those of you that don't know, half of Cyprus belongs to UK and the other half belongs to Turkey. So we, as Brits, we have soldiers stationed in Cyprus all the time. It's never going to be a war, thank God. I mean, to go on tour to Cyprus wouldn't be a bad thing at all, unless something terrible happened. I suppose it was a bit worrisome during Iran and Iraq and stuff like that. But at the moment, I think it would be rather like a summer holiday. But that's how it is, you know. It's just half British, half Turkish. Oh, I forgot what I want. Anyway, Chagos. Starmer wants to give it away. In fact, he's going to give them something like 16 billion to take it off his hands. Why is that? See, America, who's our friend and helps us, to be able to put some aeroplanes on it's an archipelago, it's a bit of a tight squeeze, I don't mind saying. I don't know how they do it, to be honest. There's hardly any room. It's like a C shape, like a letter C. And but they've got an Air Force base there for American planes. Should any trouble happen in China or Vietnam or Taiwan, then they've got planes there ready to go, which is always gives you an advantage. If Starmer gives Chagos away to Mauritius and gives them 16 billion to take it off his hands, I just don't understand the logic. I don't. Because if America is going in to defend themselves, the chances are they're doing it for our benefit, you know, Welsh benefit as well. So I just don't understand. And who else wouldn't it be terrible if they gave it to Mauritius, who then gave it to China, which is because they're friends with China, And China put a load of planes, and the airport was ready, built for them, and they got their planes. They're ready to be first on the attack if any... See? You never let go of your land. It's all you got. You know? Anyway, I'll be back soon. I love you all, and thank you very much for the money, all of you. I'm really, really grateful. Really, I am. And don't worry about the cat being sick. It's nothing. When I scrub the carpet after the cat, it's the cleanest the carpet's been in 6 or 8 years. So it's nice. It looks nice and spotty now. See you soon. Cheerio.